Hi everybody, it's Helen. I'm back today with a different kind of video. I want to tell everybody about my experience with Vetster. It's Vetster, and I'll leave a link or something below in the comments if you want to check them out. But my name is Helen. I said that right, I think. But my channel name is Happy Healthy Blessed. And I wanted to tell everybody about my experience with Vetster because they really saved me like you wouldn't believe. So I'll tell you what happened. So my dog is 11 years old, and it's been going on for years now. He's always had a little bit of problems with his back left leg. I think he slipped one time, and then ever since then, it just hasn't been right. And now last year he did have a problem with his, I noticed this time of the year, he started, limping. It seemed like it's around this time of the year. So I was thinking, well, maybe it's the weather. And that's why he's limping. But it always clears up after a couple months. He's always fine after a couple months. Last year I bought him these vitamins from Petco. I guess they were supplements for hip and joint. And they didn't do anything for him, nothing. So, but it went away. By January, he was fine again. So I didn't really think too much about it. So, but then this year, I noticed, now this year he is 11. I noticed, he was, starting to have problems with his back legs again. And I really, of course, I wasn't sure what to do. So I went to Petco and I thought, maybe some aspirins or something like that. And I did buy aspirins from Petco. They were like $20. They ended up doing nothing for him, nothing at all. So the girl did tell me, I mean, they're very nice at the Petco. The girl and the workers there are super, super nice, but it didn't do anything for my dog. And she did say when she sold them to me if I could take them back. So I took them back. I got my money back. So that wasn't a problem. I'm not putting down Petco for anything. They're very nice people. But okay, so that was Thursday night. Thursday night, not this last Thursday, the Thursday before. I went to Petco, and I'll tell you this part of the story. It's part of the story, so I'll let you know. So when I was in Petco, I spoke to the girl and she was very nice. She gave me the aspirins and whatnot. And while I was in there, I saw this guy, Nick. He helps me with my lawnmower. He does the tune-up on it and stuff like that. He's a really nice guy. And he was in there with two dogs. And comes to find out they were his girlfriend's dogs. He was getting their nails done. So there's a reason why I mentioned Nick. But anyway. So, I told him about Rocco and stuff like that. So anyway, I came home, gave my dog the aspirins. They didn't do anything for him. Okay, Friday, he got up. He sleeps in a chair in my room. And Friday morning, he got up from the chair, came into the living room, sat right in front of me. And then that was it. He couldn't move like all day long. And I was really so upset. I can't even tell you. I didn't know what to do. So I was going to take him to the animal hospital around here. But, Rocco, he's such a good dog, but, he gets a little excited about stuff. And I thought, that I would have to muzzle him when I brought him to the vet. I just didn't know. So I went to Petco and I got 4 different muzzles for him. Long story short, even though he didn't feel good, he got those muzzles off. So again, the girl said I could take them back if she said I could try them on my dog, and if they don't fit, I could take them back. So I ended up taking them back, and I got my money back. Not until later, like Sunday I did that. But okay. So I called the animal hospital here, and they, I had an appointment to bring him in, but he is 60 pounds. So, I couldn't lift him by myself and he couldn't get up. I mean, I didn't know what to do. I was having like a heart attack. But anyway, so I called Nick just for the heck of it. I asked him, I said, Nick, do you know any veterinarians that'll make house calls? And he's like, no, not around here. And I told him the situation, and he was so sweet. He did say that he would come over and he would, pick Rocco up and put him in the car for me. And I said, Nick, I said, but I'm afraid I can't get a muzzle on him. What if he tries to bite you? I mean, when dogs are in pain, they will bite you. So, just be aware of that. I don't know if everybody knows that, but I mean, they're good dogs. He's a good dog. He's never bitten anybody. But when they're in pain, they can bite. So anyway, so Nick's like, oh, I don't care. I'll pick him up if he nips me a little bit. I'm not worried about it. So he was so sweet. So I told him, I made an appointment at the Harmony Animal Hospital, and but I explained to them that I was having a hard time getting him into the car and stuff like that. So they said, okay, well, I made an appointment for 7 o'clock, but 7 o'clock came and went. I still couldn't get Rocco up. I still couldn't get him into the car. And I was afraid to let Nick come over and help me. So, I called Nick back, and Nick is like, if you take him to the Harmony Animal Hospital, they're going to charge you $360 for just pulling into the parking lot. And I'm like, well, they told me $180. And he's like, what was that for an emergency visit? So he was probably right. They probably would have charged me $360 just for driving into their parking lot. But nevertheless, so Nick's like, I'll come over. Let me come over. I'll put him in the car for you. And I was like, no, I know. I don't, I'm afraid. I don't know, because I can't have my dog biting, this guy, Nick, that's trying to help me. I didn't know what to do. So Nick is like, okay, Helen, just, think about it. He's like, I'm here. That's what I'm here for. Let me know. So I said, okay. So, because my son could help me, but he's at college. But anyway, so I was so worried. It's like, oh my God, he's been sitting in the same spot all day. And it's not like, well, I mean, just to let you know, it's not like I wasn't doing anything. I was calling animal hospitals and, going to Petco trying to get a muzzle because I thought I was going to have to muzzle him. But anyway, so I went on one of my Facebook pages. It's a support group page, and the women there are awesome and wonderful. And now this was like 7 o'clock, 7:30 at night, because I didn't know what to do. So I told them what was going on. And all of them, of course, they had, heart for me. They felt bad for me. But this one girl suggested the Vetster. And I was like, oh, I said, because I was trying to see if I could have somebody come here to take care of him. I didn't know. So she suggested the Vetster. So I was like, all right. She said it's an online veterinarian. I mean, who knew that those things even existed? I mean, I knew that, you could be online for yourself. I got an online doctor one time for my son. He didn't want to go to the emergency room. He ended up having the flu real bad, but I didn't know what was wrong with him. But anyway, he didn't want to go. He said, oh, I could take care of it here at home. But anyway, I got him the online, and it was good. Everything was good, and he's fine. That was a couple years ago. But anyway, so I didn't know they had something like that for animals. So, you have to download the app. And again, I'll see if I could get that, in my description box. So I downloaded it, and it was super easy. I got in touch, so they have different doctors. And this doctor that I went to, she had like 2,255 or 54 positive reviews, and she was the top one. So I said, okay, I'm going to go with her. And her name is Julie. And her last name is Vergeette. Again, first name Julie, last name is Vergeette. So anyway, so now my visit, so their visits start at $55, which isn't bad at all. And what my visit, because it was a Friday night and I didn't, set the appointment up until 9:30 at night. So it was a weekend night, 9:30. So my appointment cost $120, which wasn't bad. My vet told me, because I did end up taking him to my vet. He asked me how much they charged, and I told him, and he's like, "Oh, that wasn't bad." But anyway, they do have this program. I mean, you could go online and check them out. But they have this, which I should have did, but I didn't do. They have this thing where you could join for $120 for a year, and you can have up to 4 animals. And then if you join that, it's only $10 every visit, and you could have unlimited visits. So that's really a good deal. I mean, I didn't join only because, I mean, I paid $118, and for $2 more I could have joined, but I didn't know if they were really going to be able to help my dog, or, really, I didn't know what the deal was. I mean, I never even heard of it. So I figured, I'm just going to pay the $118 and see what happens from there. So anyway, so you fill out and you tell them what's wrong with your animal, and you set the appointment up, and then, your time comes, she comes on the phone, through the app. And what she does is, I talk to her first, and then, I turned the camera around so she could see Rocco. So long story short, she was very good. She asked a lot of questions. She was very caring. She was very concerned about my dog. I was very pleased with her, very, very pleased. But long story short, she ended up giving him this medicine. It's called carprofen. It's CARPROFEN. Okay. So she gave me a prescription for that. So that was really good, because I did hear other people saying that, well, the Harmony Animal Hospital that I called, I told them, my dog is anxious, and, I'm trying to get a muzzle on because I'm not sure how he'll act. And she's like, "Oh, well, we can't give you anything to help you because we haven't seen him in the past year." And I mean, supposedly, they're not supposed to prescribe medicine if they don't see the animal, but anyway, that's okay. That's all right. I'm not even going to be bothered with those people. But so she subscribed this medicine, and she said the only place that I could get it filled out would be Costco. She said, "I know it's weird," she said, "but for some reason that's the only place that you could, have it filled out." So I said, "All right, so I do have a Costco about a half hour from me." But, I had to wait all night. Oh, I was dying. I didn't know. Oh, God, I was so upset. I can't even tell you. But it was my own fault. I didn't know about this Vetster in the beginning, earlier in the day. And then by the time I got the appointment and everything else, so now I got his prescription, but it wasn't until 9:30 at night. So I had to wait until the next day to fill it. And they didn't open until 9:30 in the morning. I was there exactly 9:30. And long story short, you have to get their fax number to fax over the prescription. And I couldn't get the fax number on the phone, but I called their administrative office, Costco's administrative office, and she was very nice. She said, she wasn't 100% sure what the pharmacy's fax number was, but so she gave me her fax number, and she said, "I'll take the prescription down personally to the pharmacist, so it's ready for when you come pick it up." So I said, "Great." And they're very, very nice. So I got there. And I picked up the prescription, got back here like 10 o'clock, immediately gave it to my dog. And, I was waiting and waiting. And I did, I called my son at school in the meantime, which I never call him for anything, but I was so upset. But he's such a good kid. He was glad that I called him. He was glad. But anyway, so I read online that this medicine takes like an hour. So I gave him the medicine. I waited an hour and nothing. And I'm like, I won't even get into all that. You could only imagine the way I was feeling. So they said, well, it said online that this medicine can take 1 to 2 hours to kick in. So then I waited another hour and nothing. And I won't even get into how I was feeling. So I laid down with, he was on the floor, of course. Oh, when we were with the online vet, she said, now let me tell you, they were great. She said that she really wants to, she would really like to see him walk. She wants to see what's going on. She said it's hard to, know what's going on if I can't even see him walk. So I gave him some treats, and he was, pushing, trying to get them, but he couldn't get up. So finally, all of a sudden, he did get up. So he ran from the living room into the bedroom, and and I had the phone right on, so she was able to see him walk. But anyway, so, okay, so now it's Saturday, and, it seems like the medicine isn't working. So, I laid with my dog on the ground for, a couple hours, because I, up against his back to make him feel better, because I didn't know what to do. So then finally, after 4 hours, he got up and he went outside and he peed. Oh my God, I was so happy. I can't even tell you. Tell you. And it was because of this medicine, because of this carprofen. So, and I did read online that, this medicine is dramatically different with all animals. I mean, I don't know how true it is. It's just from what I'm reading online, but it really, really helped my dog. Really helped my dog. I was so relieved. I can't even tell you. So so the Vetster, she did mention to me that, he really should be seen by a vet in person. And, her, in her notes and everything, she said if he's not feeling better, that I should take him to a vet in person to see. So I did that regardless anyway. He was feeling better. That medicine worked for him, got him up. He was going, no more limping, nothing. It was a miracle. It was a miracle. It was a combination of God's hand and this medicine. That's what helped my dog. It is, okay? I mean, I know that for a fact. So anyway, so then I took him to the vet on Thursday, the vet down the road from my house. I don't know why I didn't think of this place before, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I took him back to the vet where I got him from, where I adopted him from, because like I said, he's a mix, and I adopted him from an animal shelter. So that vet is really a good vet, really good. See, I don't think they didn't have emergency appointments or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so that's why I was trying to go to Harmony. But anyway, so I took him to where I originally got him from. And, he looked over Rocco. And, one of the reasons he is having a hard time is because of his weight. So that's okay. I talked to the doctor, and I have Google. So I know what to feed him now. I'm going to be feeding him mostly vegetables. He ate cauliflower, plain cauliflower the other night, and he loved it. He gobbled it down. So yeah, so I'm going to start making his food. I'm going to start doing some videos about that, if you would like me to. And I want to show people, because some people don't know, like they have those advertisements for farmer's dog and stuff like that. But you know what? You can make your own food, and it's cheaper. I mean, so why would you make, well, if you're in that position to buy the farmer's the farmer's, that's good. You should, if you don't have time and stuff like that. Me, I'll make the time to save the money and, prepare the food for my dog. So anyway, so my vet said, he's doing good, and, and I did ask for another bottle of that, the carbuprofen. She gave me 30-day supply, and then she gave me a refill from Vetster. So that was great. I really didn't need to get more medicine from my vet, but I did anyway, just to make sure that I have it for him. So I'm supposed to give him one a day, and as needed, but I'm giving him one a day, for the next, month or so till I get his weight down. But yeah, my vet said, yeah, he asked me how much my visit was. I told him $120, and he said that wasn't bad, so yeah, so I would highly recommend that Vetster. Definitely highly recommend. Maybe one of you guys have a whole bunch of animals and you just can't afford to take them to the vet. I mean, I get that, especially, this day and age, So, but this Vetster, if you join for $120, you can have 4 animals and they can look at your animals. So, but that's it. I wanted to tell my story. If anybody has any questions, of course I'll, put them down in the comments section below, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I'm going to include the information on Vetster, so you guys have that information. And like I said, I mean, I didn't even know something like that existed, and they really saved me. Like, I wouldn't believe, you won't, oh, they saved my life. They really did. I mean, I can't tell you how upset I was over my dog, and he's on the mend. I'm putting him on a strict diet. In January, he's due for his rabies shots, so the vet said that he's going to give him a complete workup. He'll do his stool, his urine, his blood, everything. And it'll be $200. So that's not bad. That's not bad for something like that. And they'll give him his rabies shot. And since I adopted him there, I'll probably get the rabies shot for free. But I don't think they're too pricey. I think they're probably like, I know the last time I got him one was $18.50, so that's not too bad. Maybe it's, probably a little bit more now, maybe $25, $30. I mean, it's not too bad, but they need that shot. But anyway, so that's my story. Like I said, if you have any questions, ask me below. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. My name is Helen. My dog's name is Rocco. And that's it. My channel name is Happy, Healthy, Blessed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I love you guys so much. Jesus loves you more. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me.